matrix multiplication. Let's say I have two matrices being multiplied together. How I find the product of these matrices is by finding the dot product of each row from the first matrix and each column of the second matrix. And if you don't know what dot product is, it's just the sum of the products of corresponding entries. And in order to be able to do that dot product, the shapes of these matrices has to meet a set of criteria. Notice in this example, the first matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. It has 2 rows and 2 columns. And the second matrix has 2 rows and 3 columns. So it's a 2 by 3 matrix. In order for multiplication to work, these two numbers have to match, meaning the number of columns from the first matrix has to match the number of rows from the second matrix. And then these numbers indicate what the size of the resulting matrix is going to be. So the product of these matrices is going to result in a 2 by 3 matrix, which means there are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries in this matrix. To find the entry that goes in row 1, column 1, I find the dot product of row 1 from my first matrix and column 1 of my second matrix. And to find that dot product, I find the sum of the products of their corresponding entries. So the first entry in the row times the first entry in the column, 2 times 4, plus the second entry in the row times the second entry in the column, 3 times 1. And then I'll just repeat this process 5 more times. To get the entry in row 1, column 2, I'll use row 1 of my first matrix and column 2 of my second matrix, and then find the sum of the products of their corresponding entries. 2 times 3 plus 3 times negative 2. And then row 1, column 3, use row 1 of the first matrix, column 3 of the second matrix, and then find the dot product of their corresponding entries. 2 times 6 plus 3 times 3. And then to find the 3 entries that are in row 2 of my product matrix, I'll be finding the dot product of row 2 of matrix 1 with all 3 columns of matrix 2. So row 2 and column 1, row 2, column 2, and row 2, column 3. And now I can just simplify all 6 of those entries. And I get the matrix 11, 0, 21, negative 1, 13, negative 9. So that's how you multiply matrices.